back, everybody, to our final matchup of the night. Where we're headed to the Novice League. We just saw a good matchup there in the Challenger League, but we got Aurora and Whelps here for our final matchup. And I'm joined here with Jaegers once again. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Bagels. Can't wait for this matchup here tonight, and hopefully it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we both aren't as familiar with the Novice League, but hopefully we can get a little bit more familiar with these players. I know I've see a few similar faces. I think Ice and Astrelix are two names that I remember, but not quite too sure all these other guys on the rosters here on the Aurora and Whelps. But hey, you know what? Could be some new names, people starting their Nemesis legacy early on in the season, and I'll have to see if these two teams make it to playoffs down the line.
I mean, if like they don't need to start now if they're trying to get to playoffs, but both these teams not sporting the best records in the world. They could get that changed tonight, however, with a win here could jumpstart something good for the winning team.
Yeah, that's true. Aurora sitting at 0-3, Whelps at 1-2. So Whelps got a little bit of room to give, but like you said, both these two teams gotta get going here as soon as possible. And unfortunately for one of these two teams, somebody's got to end up in the losers column. But I know there's been a few roster changes in between these two teams. So I mean, even if you get a roster started a little bit later in the season, there's still plenty of wiggle room to try and make your way into playoffs. I mean, I made a lot of roster moves with my teams at the end of the season, and a few of them almost ended up making it because we got the new the play-in tournament. But as I mentioned, that
Yeah.
I think we did remove the play-in tournament from Novice since there's only going to be 12 teams now. So it's going to be a little bit tighter than it was last season, but either way, 6 spots up for grabs here in the Novice, and they're going to have to start grinding it out now.
No, I mean it's an uphill battle from here, and I think we're just waiting on one more player to join. But just looking at the lobby, I know Astrelix. He he was an FA sub for our prospect team, Origin. I'm not sure how that happened. Might have to talk to management about that one. And I have seen It's Kronks and Ultimate's rule before. Uh, I, I can't tell you how good they are, but we're going to be seeing very shortly.
Yeah, we are going to be waiting that one more player there, and I was just caught my eye for a second, Jaegers. I was looking at our cameras in the other window, and both of our doors are like right next to each other. I
Well,
can't get it on stream, and it's like, just
just like we open
open it
it,
up, and
you
my
know.
face comes flying in.
Oh, that would
Uh,
be fantastic. But we are not in the same house,
no,
unfortunately. Um,
different colored. Looks like yours is more of a milky white, or more of a creamy white. Mine's more of a
like an
pasty. I don't
eggshell.
even know. It's a little
I'd say
grainy.
eggshell. Yeah,
Yeah. The
yeah.
lighting's a little off in this new house. I'm not quite a fan of it. And in my old house I had the blue background, but now it's just white. I don't like white.
Oh, dude, that blue background was soothing. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime you have like a blue background in your room, it's always nice.
It just brings out the calmness in the air. Uh,
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, I
Now
don't
a
know how much
yellow.
longer we can talk about colors, but oh, okay, finally. I was gonna say I don't know how much longer we can talk about colors to keep this action rolling, but the final player for the Whelps has joined. It's gonna be Segs01, but he has now joined the lobby, and we're gonna get this matchup underway here. But I think we both love the color blue. Who doesn't love the color blue?
Dude, color blue is a great color, honestly.
He does off the kickoff here. She's gonna put it down in the middle. Ice there, gonna leave the net open, and the man that was a little bit tardy to the lobby is a little bit tardy to the play, unfortunately, for the Whelps, and Aurora gonna strike first.
Speaking of the color blue, Bagels, Aurora's gonna get that first goal 8 seconds in, and they look like they started quick.
Yeah, definitely. As this time off the kickoff, they didn't win it, and now Whelps looking to maybe strike here off the kickoff. Can we get a goal? Two players come flying in, but the second one, Cheese will hit it. Seg's trying to make up for it, but luckily he had another player back to make the shot.
I'm excited for what could be a very high scoring series based on the first 17 seconds, Bagels. Technically, it's 1-1, but we're back at even, and I mean, we're on pace to score 30 goals this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're quite gonna meet that pace there, but
Probably
in
not.
my series, at least on Monday, we got 20
Oh,
goals in 10 games, or not 10 games, excuse me, 2 games. So we're gonna have to see if we can match that pace.
I mean, it was almost like there was no defense in there, and
Oh no.
you know we could be matching that pace here, Bagels. That's
Hey,
Ice's
that's
Fraggins gonna get another one. They haven't even let Astrelix touch the ball yet.
yeah, 3 goals in 36 seconds. That's a pretty good pace to be setting. As off the kickoff, Astrelix, he made it onto the board with the kickoff touch. Ice looking
Oh
for a
my
great redirect,
goodness!
and that was actually a really good shot, but
Oh yeah.
it was going in already.
Sometimes the best goals are goal steals, Bagels. Nothing wrong with that. And Ice Fraggins gonna steal the goal for the hat trick. A little unfortunate assist for Ultimus, but still got plenty of game left and plenty of series left at that.
Yeah, I think this game, as another goal almost being scored, still the follow up there, but luckily somebody back there for Aurora. Another good pass to the middle.
Oh,
Segs looking for a ground pinch, and Ultimus getting another good save. It seems like things may have quieted down, at least in the scoring department, but the offense still rolling here for both these teams, although Kronk's a bit of it in an awkward spot, but nobody challenging him, giving him a lot of space, but Ice in the corner again. And I mean, it just seemed like the pace was super quick 30 seconds ago, and now all of a sudden, both these two teams kind of just wanting to give each other the ball right now after that rapid fire 4 goals.
I mean, Aurora, it looks like that being up 2 goals, they don't want to make a mistake here, and they're kind of look like they're just settling on their lead. And I mean, Novice, you can't do that. You need to capitalize on the other team's mistakes, and because a 2 goal lead could go like -1 goal really, really quick.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in these kinds of games, I just say throw caution to the wind. You know, just keep throwing your bodies at the ball. See how many goals you can really score. But definitely things have calmed down here in the last minute. Nobody's scoring, but definitely a lot of shots coming in for the Whelps. Here's another one. Ice sending it away. Segs looking to follow a double commit for Aurora, but Cheese just looking to keep this one locked down in the Aurora half. As Ice looking to take it slow in the corner, but getting beat out by Cheese. 2 players up, stealing the ball from one another, but a little bit of a lofter that will once again be sent away from Aurora. Good back pass over to Segs. Sending this one high. Kronk's looking to follow, but already we're seeing a few novice moments come out, Jaegers, as there's a lot of good opportunities, but they just can't
Oh,
find that aerial prowess. But as I say that, she's going to come flying in to score another.
I mean, we just had to jinx one of the teams. That's all it took for us to talk about like bad about them, saying the novice moments, and a goal comes out. So
I think it was right at that threshold where they could still flip when going into the ball. They didn't quite have to
yeah.
get the double jump fast aerial, so it was just at that threshold where they could put some power on and make it look like a really good shot. And it was a good shot, as 2 players backflipping, and
Oh no.
Kronk's able to touch the ball after
Oh
the backflip.
no.
Segs is just slipping all over the place like there's banana peels. He backflipped on 3 consecutive touches. Unfortunate for the Whelps there.
Sex with the mechanical misplay, and I'm not really sure what happened there, Bagels, but Aurora is going to get that 2 goal lead once again. And I
It's a
don't
lot
know.
to think right there.
I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now.
I mean, that is just the nature of the Novice League. There's a lot of like good moments where the first minute and a half was just a lot of pressure, a lot of goals being scored, and then when it slows down, that sometimes the players just don't know what to do with the space they're given, and they try to do something mechanical. But I mean, when you're at this MMR, it can be very difficult to come up with some high quality touches. As Segs again flying past this ball, but Cheese looking to get a counterattack going here as Astrelix off the corner. Segs there for the follow-up. Good touch from him. The follow-up there from Kronks. Cheese up, and he's going to
Oh,
miss out, but Ultimus didn't find contact either. This is going to leave it still in the Aurora half, but Ice and Ultimus both up. Nobody finding contact. The Whelps just got to put a shot on, but this ball is just getting tossed all around the midfield with no sense of semblance of organization here.
it kind of looks like they're just trying to hit the ball at this point, Bagels. But I mean, they Whelps have 2 goals already. I mean, a minute left, anything can happen. And oh no, oh no.
Well, that was, I will say, this was actually a really good pass from Ultimus, and this is a hard shot to defend with both players being on the backboard. I mean, somebody should have been in net, but honestly, that was a valiant effort from the Whelps. That was honestly their best defensive effort I've seen all game, and that was a tough shot for the Novice League. I mean, Challenger League rival, you might expect
Oh,
somebody to save that. Okay, hold on. As that bounced off the crossbar 3 times. I mean, I feel like in game 1 here, Jaegers, we can't even get a point going because the pace has been set. There's been 8 goals here.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be hard to match that pace in the next few games. However, I hope they keep it going because me myself, I hate defense. Love high scoring affairs, as you in that Lions Reapers game.
Yeah, that was a wild
That
series.
was something. That was
A much different series today against the Dragons. It was a much more low scoring, and the Dragons actually ended up sweeping where Reapers had to go to game 5. But enough about the Titan League. We're here in Novice. We're watching some Novice moments happen, and actually some good 50s coming out from a lot of these players, but inconsistencies arising. 20 seconds left for the Whelps to try and find a comeback, but locked down in the Whelps half for now. Maybe one more final goal could be scored, but Ice over to Strelix, but actually getting bumped off the ball. But these final seconds and counting, game 1 will in fact be going towards Aurora. And I don't know, that was just a wild game 1. There was a lot of whiffs. There was surprisingly a lot of good shots,
yeah.
but a lot of whiffs, a lot of just it was like a synchronized swimming, but everybody was off key. And
Yeah.
people were just throwing themselves at the ball, which I haven't seen too many other novice teams on stream this season, Jaegers, but maybe this is just the nature. These are some of the lower teams here, 0-3, 1-2. But I mean, there were some good moments here for these teams.
Almost definitely. I mean, 8 goals came from it, and in novice, you don't really need mechanics. You just need to place a good shot on goal. And I mean, most of the defense really isn't too up to par in this level. Every so often you could get a good save out, but really the name of the game in novice is just accuracy.
Yeah, definitely. Just make sure you're touching the ball more, most
Yeah.
importantly. But and then the next thing is make sure you're touching the ball towards the other side of the field. And that was a bit of a struggle here for both these two teams in game 1, but we'll have to see if game 2 is going to continue this crazy offensive pace, or if maybe both these two teams are going to calm down a little bit, as Ace was looking to clear that one out, but eventually 2 players colliding together to fling this one back onto the Whelps side. Cheese on the ball. Good flip, but nobody pressuring him, and still, for some reason, Segs is on the backboard of his own.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what he was doing up there. I'm not sure if there's a little shenanigans going on, but he's in an awful spot here, able to get the clear. As it's a 3v1 down the other end. Not able to capitalize on it quite yet. Astrelix there, beating out one of the Whelps players, Segs, off the wall. Perhaps looking to follow, but rotating back, and there's a lot of disorganization here, Jaegers. There's a lot of 2 players up front and 1 person in back. They're playing the Gibbs style of defense here, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Oh,
Hold on, Cheese. Is he going for the flip reset? What was that?
I believe that was an air dribble, Bagels, and
Was it
Cheese
novice
just
air
gets
dribble?
it. Yeah, I mean it works. They're up a goal, but I mean Cheese just gets it behind 2 defenders, and there was no one left in net. And then the Whelps are going to take an early 1-0 lead 1 minute into the game.
I mean, that was actually really impressive.
I couldn't
I
do
mean,
that. That's
3 players ended up jumping, but it was an impressive feat from Cheese there. As here he is, or actually that's Kronk's on the ball now, looking to follow up, but Ice there. But again, I think the Whelps players kind of are playing a little bit smarter this game. It's kind of affecting their offense, but they are having one person sit all the way back to be able to be ready for these shots from Aurora. And so far, only 1 shot apiece here for both these 2 teams, who were already scoring 5 goals at this point. Jaeger's last game.
Yeah, no, I mean, both these teams have really high-powered offenses, and it seems to have slowed down just a little bit. Whatever the Whelps are doing now is definitely working. It looks a little more uniform as opposed to the chaos of the last game.
And a little bit of chaos ensuing there with a bump on the goal line, but one more player for the Whelps able to be back. And I think all the players in the lobby saw Cheese's air dribble, and they're all trying to do some pre-flips off the wall. I mean, here's Ice. Let's see if he can do something
Oh,
mechanical here.
oh,
Up early, but a big challenge from Segs to put that one away. And it seems like everybody's trying to match those mechanics that Cheese pulled off, but I don't think they realize how hard it is to do at the Diamond 3 Champ 1 level. But here's
oh.
another big shot from Cheese to put their team up 2-0.
Cheese with the back-to-back aerial plays, dunking one of the Aurora players and taking a nice shot of his own. And I mean, where was this game one for the Whelps Bagels?
I don't know, and that was actually a really good pass from Kronks. It kind of, by nature of the play, happened to bounce into him, but it was a really good bounce pass up that left the rest of Aurora kind of flustered. And here's another player. I think that was Cheese coming flying in, and actually a
Oh,
good redirect over from Astrelix to get a counterattack going here. And that was kind of the first shot, dangerous shot we've seen from Aurora, not all series, in this game too here.
I mean, Astrelix looked kind of awkward up there. Was able to get an aerial, get a nice shot off, and it looks like the Whelps are kind of getting away from their one back defense. And I mean, just no one's home and an open net for Aurora.
Oh,
And Astrelix is going to make it two here, and Aurora with the immediate comeback.
yeah, I think they were trying to get a little too aggressive in the past minute, try and get more offensive going, but right there, the final man back for Whelps. I think he kind of thought that shot was in, and he positioned himself too far in the center of the net. He could not react in time, but either way, a good bounce pass off the sidewall. And now Ice looking for another pass over to Ultimus. I think he may have found the shot, but was sent away from Cheese, who's looking to be the star player here for Whelps with Kronks and Segs in support. There's a high ball off the backboard. No way, he reads this. Oh
What?
my goodness, off the
What?
double tap. Okay, Cheese is not the only man with mechanics.
I don't think were you expecting
shot.
that, Nichols? I was not expecting that coming from this game. And what the Whelps have built in 2 minutes, the Aurora has toppled in 30 seconds? Like, they just came back like that.
Yeah, I mean, still a low-scoring game in comparison to the first one, but I mean that was just a crazy shot. And I mean, sometimes when you see a player going up for a ball, you just know that they're gonna hit it. And I could tell by the way that man was flying, he was gonna hit that ball, and that's a crazy shot for Novice League. I mean, even prospects or Challenger League players are gonna have a hard time finding that read, but it looked like he did it with a little bit of ease. After missing quite a few balls earlier in the game, he suddenly whips that out of his back pocket. But now the Whelps do indeed find themselves down by 1 goal as Ultimus almost putting that in front of his own net. Cheese off the sidewall, but Ice taking to the dribble. Big dunk coming out. But nobody from the Whelps pushing quite yet. Astrelix looking to clear it out. Kronks, slight pass to the middle, but again, nobody there. Cheese, awkward spot. As they're going to have one final minute here to try and collect an offensive drive. Big challenge is going to get denied from Ice, and suddenly Aurora have 4 unanswered goals here.
I mean, this is looking like Aurora of the last game. Isis Fragan's going to get a nice shot beating Segs, who was on defense. And, I mean, Whelps looked like the clear favorite this game, and it switched over to Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, the Whelps were playing some solid defenses. Cheese in an awkward spot. Nobody finding the backboard read this time. Although here's Astrelix for the shot that's going to be all 3 players on Aurora. Can they convert? Shot over, but Ultimus making it back in time for the save. But I mean, the Whelps, they kind of got on the pre-flip off the wall. Both players are up. They had the shot, and suddenly the Aurora mechanics are coming in hot. But I was going to say the Whelps, they were making the saves. They had one person back ready for these shots. But, I mean, suddenly Aurora's just, they've turned it into 6th gear here, and the Whelps don't have an answer right now.
It's almost like Aurora kind of gave the Whelps a head start in this one. And, I mean, they're going for freestyles. They're doing crazy pre-flips off the wall. I mean, it's a stream game. A lot of people are nervous on stream games. It looks like these guys are having fun.
Yeah, I mean, and back to what I said in the first game, when there's that many goals being scored, you just want to see how many you can score. But actually, another relatively high-scoring affair here. 6 goals total. Not quite the 10 goals from the first game, I believe it was, but
I think it was 9, but I
I mean,
mean, still.
it's about 10. It's
Semantics,
about.
semantics.
I didn't get my degree in mathematics or engineering. I just know how to fix people's legs.
There you go.
um,
There you go.
but I mean, I was really expecting. I mean, we both saw some good things out of the Whelps. We saw Cheese's air dribble. He got another good shot there to boot. And then it seemed like they were really riding the back of Cheese. They were getting some momentum going. And then all of a sudden, what Astrolix, he got those 2 goals. And then all of a sudden, Ice putting in the double tap dagger.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Whelps now find themselves down 2-0 in the series.
I mean, Whelps looked so good in those first 2 minutes. And then, I mean, once that double tap hit, you could kind of feel like them deflate a little bit. Like they didn't play like as well as they were playing before. They weren't going for the double taps. They weren't looking as flashy as they did before. And Aurora just took over from there.
Yeah, and for an 0-3 Aurora team, I'm not sure if they made roster changes on Monday or when exactly they were. I
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
like
I just remember checking through the transactions logs, and I saw Aurora making some changes. But I mean, either way, if this is their team going forward, this could be a good squad as they're 0-3 right now, and this could be the start of a comeback in the season. But either way, the series not over yet. The Whelps still have a chance to pull off a reverse sweep, which I believe 3 or 4 may have even happened already in this season across all 5 leagues. So nothing's out of the question quite yet, Jaegers.
oh, most definitely. I mean, as long as you're still playing, you still have a chance to win. But they need to get something going against this Aurora roster because right now Aurora is just looking like the better team.
And a good offensive pressure in the first 30 seconds. But
Oh,
here's the I almost said dragons, but the Whelps were coming. It looked like a dragon player. He looked like a confident air dribble was about to come through, but couldn't quite find the second touch. And Aurora had a solid 30 seconds of offense, and now the Whelps are taking their turn. As off the sideball, as Astrolix able to find another touch. He's just going to keep touching the ball as many times as it takes to get it out of the corner. But little did he know, nobody on the Whelps was challenging. Cheese on the opposite side, gonna get 50'd out from Astrolix. Kronk's not a good touch to the middle, but Cheese able to bail him out. And Kronk's up early, looking to get a touch, but neither player's finding contact. And again, it looks like the Whelps are putting one man on offense here, and they're trying to play the defensive side, but they need to stay solid here. They need to keep driving that offensive forward and make Aurora the ones who are panicking. And here it is, a double commit on the goal line, a touch there, pass over, and wasn't quite exactly the 3-piece passing play they were looking for, but they got the job done, Jaegers.
I mean, that's exactly how it was written up for them, you know? Like, they had 2 people back, then all of a sudden they threw a double commit in there, passed the ball off the backboard, and Segs just came back to cleaning up for the easy goal.
Yeah, I think Cheese actually ended up stealing Kronk's shot, but or pass. Well, it was a shot, but Cheese ended up getting the assist, and Kronk's gets nothing. But either way, a good offensive showing here for the Whelps. But again, they were solid in the first 2 minutes last game. They're going to have to prove to be more consistent. But on offense here again, Kronk's to the middle, but Cheese all the way back for the Whelps. And Cheese comes flying in, gets a good 50, but Ice the only player there, and he will send that one away. As Ice was looking to dribble, and Ultimate says, no thank you, I want to dribble this ball. But I don't know, Aurora might start to be feeling the pressure here, Jaegers. They're panicking and double committing a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I mean, don't jinx the Whelps just yet, but it looks like Whelps are starting off quicker here. I think that was the first demo we've seen all game, Bagels. I was about to say, I don't think I've seen any demos this game, and that's very peculiar for a novice game, and Astrolix is going to get open net. I'm not sure what the defense was.
There was one player back, it was Segs, but just couldn't quite find the touch to put that one to the corner. Astrolix will capitalize, but yeah, I mean, I don't even really think there's been any bumps. That may have, in fact, been the first demo. I mean, we may have missed one in Game 1 or even Game 2, but that was a memorable demo as it left the net open. Kronk's actually up for this. Is this one going to slow roll its way in? Yes, it will. And suddenly off the kickoff, the The Whelps come back to life.
Well, I mean, Bagels, you were saying that looks like Aurora's feeling the pressure, and the Whelps are just freestyling on them, going for double commit aerials, and it is working as they steal back the lead from Aurora.
Yeah, I mean they just got to get Cheese on the ball. If Cheese is on the ball for the Whelps, good things are happening. And then
Oh
Kronk's in.
no.
Oh, as just a man got beat right there. A man was slower than the other man as Cheese got beat out and Segs got beat out. But good follow from Ultimus.
Oh, most definitely. Way to be there for Ultimus. But Seg's just looking a little bit too slow on that one. And I mean, just as quick as they got the lead, they lost it.
Yeah, but again, off the kickoff, this
Oh
one
my
just might roll its
goodness.
way in. But a
Ooh.
great pinch from Astrelix to relieve the pressure. As here he is, comes flying in to follow his own touch. Players for Whelps again, kind of sitting far back. As Cheese comes charging in. No way Kronks makes that read. That's a tough one. As
Oh
again on the
no.
goal line, this one's going to be put under the final defender. And sometimes they're trying to make their defense too fortified and they're leaving too many people back and bad things are happening.
I mean, I'm not sure who that was. I believe it was Segs. Like Kronk whiffed on the back wall, and Segs followed him a little bit too close and wasn't able to get back in time for the save.
Yeah, just a little bit of mispositioning there for the Whelps, unfortunately. But again, it seems like the Whelps are winning every single kickoff, and it's going to be dangerous yet again. Cheese there for the shot. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Just get this man on the ball. Get Cheese on the ball.
Most definitely, he's looking like the playmaker for the Whelps as of this series, and this has been a quick series of goals. Bagels, like it looks like the first 2 minutes was a little bit slower, and now it's getting a little bit more rapid and looking like it's heating up a little bit.
Yeah, and again, the Whelps are continuing to win these kickoffs. Unfortunately, they didn't have somebody to follow up right there. This is going to be a tough ball, and Kronks able to bail Segs out. It did look like both players had the read there, but now the net momentarily
Oh
open
no.
past one. But the shot was off target. This one high up, 2 players for the Whelps committing, and Cheese, he's rotating all the way back, and Ice not putting anything of substance on, but able to follow it through over Ultimus. But again, these players for the Whelps are too far back, although here comes Segs, able to get a slight 50, and Kronk's looking to connect. Pass it over to Cheese, but Cheese can't find
Oh
contact. Kronks
no.
can't find contact, and they're just trying to play too fast, Jaegers. I mean, they just need to be in the right spot.
I mean, Aurora just needs to slow down and not Aurora, the Whelps. Or Whelps need to just slow down and hit the ball as they have 2 whiffs there, leading to the easy goal for Ultimus, and could be the dagger in this one.
Yeah, although a good kickoff could prove to be helpful here for the Whelps, and they do win the kickoff again. Cheese comes in, Kronks gets in the way of his teammate. Perhaps should have just looked for a bump there. Another good demo might have been able to leave an open net there for the Whelps as they're struggling to get back on offense here, although Cheese dunking him out. Ultimus to the middle. All 3 players for Whelps as Astrelix getting a little bit of a back pass off. Ice trying to roll that one up the wall, but a slight mistouch as he balls his way past one, and there's just a lot of interesting
Oh,
touches. This Cheese, he had an open net, but he
oh
gets
no.
bumped in the back from Kronks, and they got 10 seconds left to tie it up. Shot just off target, off to the side. Cheese looking to 50 his way through. Kronks there. That's a high flying ball, and this one will roll to the ground. And Aurora, they get the sweep, but I don't know. That was an offensive heavy series. We had at least 7 goals, or I
In
think
each game.
in each
Like,
game. That was just a wild series. That's 7 goals per game, and Whelps find themselves on the end of the sweep here, but I think if they can just slow down, kind of compose themselves a little bit, Jaegers, they can do some damage because Cheese was definitely the guy here, but Segs and Kronks, if they're just there making the touches they need to, this it looks like they could be a dangerous team, even though they're only at 1-2, 1-3 now. But I don't know, that was for a novice game. That was exciting, Jaegers.
it was, and even though it was a sweep, it didn't really feel like it was a sweep. You know, like the games could have gone either way. I mean, both teams had a fighting chance, and ultimately it was just the Whelps just had a few more mistakes than Aurora, and that cost them.
Yeah, I mean, just it was a sweep like you said, but it didn't feel like a sweep. It was just a back and forth offensive bout, and unfortunately, Aurora just ended up getting the knockout punch every time. I mean, I think did they only win every game by one goal? Was it one goal every time, or was game one more of a
I think
blowout?
game one was 2 goals, but I mean, even then, I wouldn't say it's a blowout.
I mean, either way, I mean, unfortunately for the Whelps, they fall to 1-3 now. Both Aurora and Whelps sitting at 1-3. But I mean, for two bottom tier novice teams, as far as record goes, it looks like they had some
Potential.
pretty good potential there on offense. I mean, obviously the whiffs were coming out, but that just happens in novice. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be whiffs. There's going to be players trying to do too much. But I mean, ice with the double tap and cheese with
Yeah,
the air
no,
dribble. I mean, that's some pretty good mechanics right there.
I'm. I mean, if you have told me whenever I sat down, got in the game, ready to cast this, that we will have seen the mechanics that we were going to do tonight, I will have called you a liar. But man, that was a good offensive showing by both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And that's going to close out our matches for the night here. Aurora finishing off the night with a sweep over the Whelps. Both teams moving to 1-3. That's going to do it here on our Wednesday night. We're going to be back here again on Saturday for some more exciting matches. Anything else you want to say, Jaegers?
I mean, that'll do it. Can't wait till Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see y'all on Saturday for some more good matches. And have a good night, everyone.